Well, welcome to the bench. It's time for me to give just a bit of an update. Now, I want to talk about two builds here, but I'm only going to show one because the other one, although I haven't done anything with it, I think is going to make a return to the bench here sometime soon. So, here is the progress I have on the 32 scale Corsair. As you can see, I got some color on there. Alright. Now, with what you see here, there are three pieces of this instrument panel. Those three pieces are kit parts. The boxes are not. Everything else is scratch built. So this is as far as I've gotten so far. Now, I'll take this off. And there is, let's point it towards the camera maybe. There is the hydraulics, some of the electrical. Bring it up closer to the camera maybe. Okay, you see some of the electrical there. See some of the electrical there. Let's figure out which direction I gotta go here. Whoa, we're all over the dang place. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, now on the right side here, the starboard side, I have, find something to point with here that maybe you can see. I have the battery. I have a how'd they call it? This is a hydraulic box, but it's like a 4-station hydraulic box. This is the main electrical panel, the main box. This is the instrument panel box sitting up here. This is the pilot distribution box. This is the armament box. Now I've got some more things to do. There's another 3-way box for the hydraulics on the left side of the port side. So I've got to get that done. I'm going to paint these. I'm using lead wire. You can see it, sorry. You can see it here in the background. I have multiple versions of lead wire. Okay. I also have some flat lead wire. I've got some copper wire. I've been stripping out different electrical wires to get the copper wiring out of them. So I've got multiple gauges and a couple of different types of wire I can do. I've also got a steel wire, a couple of steel wires in different gauges and stuff like that. But that's where I'm at so far on that. Okay, now I turn this around. Yeah, I've got the engine mount in there, but it's not in there permanently. It's just kind of sitting in place. I take that off, if I can take that off. Maybe. Or maybe not. Oh, there it goes. Okay, you'll see I've started working the oil lines. Okay, the oil tank. I've also got several other things. I've got the seat. and frame. Seat and frame. Okay, those are photo etch. Photo etch. Those are photo etch seat belts. Um, Not something I ever thought I'd get back into. Then I've got, this isn't finished yet, but the tail wheel assembly. Now with this, I've got to remove this part because the spacing on that is just too big. So I've got to remove that part and redo that. But that shouldn't be too much difficulty to do that. Now this cluster, those are the exhausts. I'll bring it up as close as I can here. Those are the exhausts. They are still too thin and out of scale, but based on the amount of room I have in the engine the engine spaces, that's about it. I don't have a whole lot more I can do with it. Let's see, the engine, I haven't done anything with the engine yet, really, other than that initial painting and drilling of those holes. So that's that part. I've got, I don't know if you're going to see this. I've got the carburetor started. I don't have any paint on it, but I have the carburetor started. I have, where'd it go? I also had, I'll say had because I don't see it now. I had the gear casing for the engine. And I'm not seeing it now. I don't know what I did with it. That's most interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay. I've got it painted the Alclad right now. Honestly, because I had it with the other parts of the exhaust, and I just plain forgot to take it off there. This is the foot troughs, and I do have the rudder pedals started. Let's get that back up there where you can see it. Got the rudder pedals started. This is all scratched. I have this is for the air induction, so that's ready to go as soon as I get the engine mounted in that. I have, this is a water tank. A lot of the Corsairs had the water injection system to help out, so I got that there. Then here's another section of the air induction. So I've got that. There's a couple more water tanks. I'm not going to show you those. They're here. I also have the hydraulic tank. Now I've got to check because I do have decals for the placards, but I've got to figure out which placards I've got. Now I've also started on the back part of the gear casing where the distributor, not distributor, the starter motor, the generator, and all that stuff sits. Okay, this stuff was all scratch built. Like I said, the only kit parts so far, each one of these cylinder banks is two pieces. There is an ignition cluster on the front and on the back. Those are kit pieces. The three pieces for the uh, instrument panel, and right now that's it. I don't have any more kit pieces on there yet. I've got the fuselage sides, but I don't have any more as far as kit pieces in the build so far. I did forget. I do have this nose piece here. It's the propeller housing. Uh, that's not it. It houses the gearing for the propeller. So I've got those there. And that's where I'm at so far. Now, what's next? I'm going to go through, like I said, I'm going to finish playing some more with the oil lines and all that. There's a lot of those that go in there. The engine tank, I'm sorry, the gas tank, fuel tank. Let's manage to knock everything over. There's the fuel tank. It's supposed to simulate a rubber collapsible fuel tank. This piece here I had to pop off and redo it because it was out of place. The pipes in the fuel tank line up with the pipe openings on the inside of this bulkhead. There's also drilled out spots for the electrical. I've still got to do for the hydraulic. Still have a little bit more to do for the electrical as far as getting it through there. But there is where that's at. I have spent a lot of time with this, getting this to this point. I'm reasonably satisfied with it. I mean, I'm never totally satisfied, but I'm reasonably satisfied. I kind of like the way it's looking right at the moment. But there's some touch up. I got a little bit of paint on one box that I've got to finish off, and I'm going to be working on the different sections as I go. When I run the electrical, I'm going to run the electrical back to the radio compartment. I'll show you this. This is the back of the interior of the fuselage. Okay. See if I can bring it up so you can actually see it. Okay, so this is the radio compartment. The radios actually sit on a flooring piece here, which I've got to make yet, and later versions had some radios up on top. This is for the life raft, and I'll get that taken care of. This area here is actually pretty well open. There's a compass in there, and it looked like there were a couple other small components in there, but honestly I don't know what they are. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I think I've taken up enough of your time. Like I said earlier, the hydraulics and working all this stuff actually gave me hope that I can jump into the Spitfire and get its hydraulics set up and get it done. So that's where I'm at. A relatively clean bench. Everything got pushed off out of the camera range, and we can go from there. But there you have it. I will update as I go. Hopefully the next update I'll have all this stuff in here done, and I can be started on the radio compartment. All right, folks. Till the next time. Blessings and peace.